All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome to presentation tonight. And we're talking taking action, getting shit done, and doing what you said you'd do. And forgive me if you've seen some of these slides before. You may well have if you've done the modules, but I know some of you watch the modules, I know some of you don't. So for those that don't, this is going to be relevant. For those that do watch the modules and been through them, or you're brand new to this, it's going to be worthwhile taking a few notes and getting a few ideas to it. And as I said, as always, it's always the basics done consistently over time that will create the best results. So obviously we're all trying to lose weight. That's our goal within this first 12 weeks, certainly even in phase 2. So let's look at a little bit about setting goals. And I always want people to talk about it in the first person, say, I weigh X amount on the 1st of September, for example. That's the 12-week goal or the 6-week goal, whatever anyone's trying to set their target at. You need to put I weigh and then take off your 20, 25 pounds, whatever the goal is, and then set a date to it. Okay, and then you need to look at your why. And the why is always what's going to pull you towards the goal, because losing weight on the scales, as you know, is not the actual goal. The why, the reasons why you want to achieve what you want to achieve. Okay, and you need to connect to that, make it passionate, have some emotion around what you're trying to achieve, because it's that emotion, it's those things that are going to pull you towards your goal rather than you have to push. And people talk about motivation, discipline. When you've got a goal that actually means something to you, 1, motivation is a lot higher, and 2, discipline becomes a lot easier because you've got something worthwhile achieving. It's not just a case, I want to lose 20 pounds for the end of the summer. That's not a goal. That's not a real reason why. So write down your goals, write down the reasons why you want to achieve this. And if you've seen module 2, I'll have asked you to stop the video, email me your 10 reasons why you want to achieve what you want to achieve. If you haven't done that, maybe you should. And the why is going to be different for everyone. Okay, could be look good in the clothes, sleep better, more sex with a wife, husband, partner, confidence, and so on and so on. Work out what your whys are, and it's going to be, some of them are going to be very similar, some of them are going to be the same. There's going to be some crossovers, but they're all going to be pertinent to you. They're going to be different to you. My 10 whys, what I want to achieve, are very different to the next person. Okay, but you have to understand that this is what's going to get you to where you want to go. Because as you guys know, what we're doing is not rocket science. That's your skill set, and what we're trying to do, lose weight, is very, very simple. The psychology behind all of this is very, very hard, which is why the people that get the best results really drill down on this. They really have that reason why. If I look at all the people that have lost 30 pounds or more, every single one of them had a massive reason why they want to do this. Okay, something to think about. And you want to break it down even further. What needs to happen to make this a reality? So you look at your goal, you say, okay, this is the goal that I want to achieve in 12 weeks' time. This is what I'm prepared to do to make it happen. Here are my reasons why. Connect some emotion, some real passion to those 10 reasons. And then look at what needs to happen to actually make that a reality and break it down. So you've got your big goal, your 90 days or your 12 weeks, however you want to slice it. Where do I need to be in 45 days, halfway through? Where do I need to be in 30 days after 4 weeks? Where do I need to be in 7? Where do I need to be in 7 days' time? And what do I need to do on a daily basis to make this happen? Your results over the next 90 days are going to come down to what you do on a daily basis. I know that sounds a bit obvious, but all you have to do is win the day and then just repeat it for 90 days. It really is that simple. You've got to track your calories, get into a deficit, get your exercise done, get your steps done. Just today. You can have a day off, but not today. Wake up the next morning, repeat. You can have a day off, but not today. And just repeat and do that for 90 days. That's what needs to happen if you're going to lose 30 pounds over the next 90 days. Okay, action steps. And this is going to be the same for everyone. This will be the same for everyone. Calorie deficit, tracking daily. You have to promise yourself that you're going to do that. Increase your protein. nearly everyone that comes into this probably could do with increasing their protein. And obviously, you get 100 grams a day, you're going to be fine. Get your exercise 4 times a week, or whatever you set your goal that you're going to do. These are just some ideas. This is not what you actually have to do, but most people could benefit from actually following this. Sleep by 10 p.m. That's just the number I put onto the screen here. But for you, your routine could be 11 till 7, 11 till 6. Who knows? Who cares? But set the goals, set the targets. This is the action steps that I want to take to get me to my goal. 3 liters of water per day, 5 to 10,000 steps, 5 to 10,000 steps per day, as you know, I was going about, and so on and so on. So actually, literally write down your action steps that you need to take every single day and repeat that every day for the best part of 12 weeks. That's how we get the results that we're trying to get. I've talked about this before. I know I talk about this often in the group coaching calls, but also certainly in module 2 or module 3, I've done a couple of videos on this. We need to focus on, if I look at the people that tend not to get the best results or tend to let things slip a little bit, usually comes down to not blocking out the time when it comes to exercise. Most of you get to grips with the tracking of the calories, but some people say, I only managed to get 1 or 2 sessions done. I wanted to get 4, but I didn't manage to get them all done. Call it the dentist hour. Block out that time, and you have to make it non-negotiable. You have to make an appointment with yourself. Let's say you want to go to the gym at 7 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you had a dentist appointment, I mean, your teeth are in bad shape if you're going to the dentist 3 times in a week, but let's say you did. Or let's say you had a job interview, or let's say your boss put a meeting in the diary at 7 a.m., 3 days a week for the next 12 weeks. What are the chances you would turn up at 7 a.m., even if you had to leave the house at 6 a.m. to get there? Chances are 100%, because you'd lose your job if you didn't. Okay, you have to put your appointment in your own diary and make it as important as if it was the dentist, as if it was a job interview, as if it was a meeting with your bloody boss. You can't let yourself off the hook. You can't let yourself off the hook. Think about this. If a friend of yours arranged to meet you at 7 a.m. and he or she just didn't turn up the first time, had an excuse, okay, you'd let them off. If they didn't turn up 3 times in the week, no excuse, how long would you stay friends with that person? The reality is you wouldn't. You wouldn't stay friends with that person. But that's exactly what you do to yourself. You allow yourself to get off the hook because it won't matter. No one knows. No one does know, but you know. Okay? Stop letting yourself get off the hook. Stop buying your own bullshit that you can't do this. Block the time out. Donate 50 quid to a charity if you don't go to the gym or don't do what you said you were going to do. There's got to be some sort of consequence. That's the problem. If you're letting your friend down, or a friend was letting you down, or you didn't turn up for an interview, or the dentist, or something, there's consequences. The dentist, they charge you, you lose your job, you wouldn't have a friend. But because it's ourselves, we end up buying our own bullshit and letting ourselves off the hook. It's just not acceptable. You have to have those standards. There's got to be some sort of consequence, or at least put it in the diary. And when it doesn't become an option, when it's just doing what you said you'd do, it becomes easy. Okay? And people say, well, I just need to be motivated. You don't need motivation. You don't need motivation. You need motivation to start. Okay? You need a little bit of motivation to get you going. But you just have got, if you can't be motivated to get done what needs to be done to achieve the goal, one, you've got crappy goals, or go back to your why. You haven't written those whys out. You haven't attached some emotion, some passion. Or you've just got a goal that doesn't mean so much to you. I want to lose 30 pounds by the end of this program. Good. What are you doing to lose 30 pounds? Because if you can, look, every one of you watching this, if you've got 30 pounds to lose, you can lose 30 pounds in 12 weeks if you want to. If you want to. But are you putting the steps in to make that happen? And maybe the goal that you've set isn't really something that you want to do. Maybe you think that's what you want. Reverse engineer, go back to the goal, go back to your why, and use that why as leverage. Use that why as leverage. Here's a great quote from Jim Rohn. Some of you might have heard of him. Motivation will get you started. habits, in brackets, discipline, or keep you going. Jim Rohn was actually he was actually Tony Robbins' mentor. You heard of Tony Robbins, the big powerhouse of the personal development world. But in the 80s and 90s, Hugh's dead now, unfortunately. Some of his audios and sessions are brilliant. But he's one of the original pioneers in the 50s and the 60s of the personal development movement in America. Taught Tony Robbins. That's a great saying of him. And it's true. Motivation will get you started. Habits will keep you going. Discipline will keep you going. You don't need motivation. You're waking up every morning thinking you need to be motivated to get to the gym. You're going to come unstuck because motivation is high when things are good. When life's running sweet, when you've slept well, when there's money in the bank, when everything's working well, the wheels of life are turning. It's easy to be motivated. Easy to be motivated. But what sets people apart is having discipline to do the things that you need to do, even when you don't want to do them, regardless of external circumstances. We have to get the stuff done however I feel in the morning. Say death or amputation in the night, I'm going to go to the gym at 7 a.m. If I've had 4 hours sleep because the kids are up, or I'm going to get to the gym. Okay. Of course, there's extenuating circumstances where you really can't. But come rain or shine, I'm going to the gym tomorrow. That's discipline, regardless of how you feel when you get out. Discipline equals freedom, my friends. Discipline equals freedom. And I've just kind of repeated a slide ahead of myself. Doing the things you need to do, even when you don't want to do them. That's discipline. If you think of the best, the most successful people in the world, in sport, in making money, in business, they have discipline and they do the things they need to do even when they don't want to do them. And this will cross over into what we're doing for sure. If you look at every professional athlete, Usain Bolt, I like to use an example. Do you think every single day of the year he woke up and said, you know what, I just got to run myself into the ground today? No, I'm sure he just felt like, I can't bother to do this. But you know what? He's Usain Bolt. Discipline. Look at the top athletes, they're disciplined. We need to bring some of that discipline over into what we're doing. Do what you said you'd do. Simple as that. Do what you said you'd do. And I drilled down on this on the group coaching call on Monday night. I said, what are the goals and intentions for the next 7 days? Is there any reason why you can't make that happen? Do what you said you'd do. I end the call with that. Do what you said you'd do. If you can go to the gym 4 times, great. If you can only go twice, great. But just do what you said you'd do. Because if you do what you said you'd do, you might do more. But how do you feel when you say, I'm going to go to the gym 4 times up, and you managed to go once? Because there was this in the way, and there was that. Just excuses. You're letting yourself off the hook. If you set a goal to do something, just go and do it. Sometimes people confuse things and sort of make these things more difficult and different techniques to be motivated and all these tricks. Sometimes you've just got to get up and do what you said you're going to do. You said you're going to track your calories. Go on then, track your calories. Said you're going to get to the gym 3 days a week. Right, go 3 days a week. No one's watching. That's the difference. No one's going to hold you accountable on me each week and the rest of the guys. But you could lie. Do what you said you'd do. This is what I'm going to get done this week. This is the goal I want to attach to this to. These are the action steps I need to take. Do what you said you'd do. Okay. A little bit on journaling. I'm a big fan of journaling. Here's a little journal. Simple, empty notebook, 10 quid of Amazon. It's been shown. This is from the data, not just some anecdotal. I can test this to be real, but from studies showing that by writing things down, you get more done, boost memory and comprehension, thinks about concerns and problems. It's nice to sort of unload everything that's going on in your brain, good and bad. Jot it down. No one else will see. It's your own journal, private. Been shown to reduce stress, improve immune function. And you can just do it as your bloody, we're going to say your to-do lists, but I like to call it the get shit done list. Same list, more empowering. To do sounds like a list of chores, but get shit done list. Okay, here, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get this done. And goals and intentions links back to what I ask every single week. What are your goals and intentions for the next 7 days? Go back to module 1, maybe it's module 2, where we talk about attaching a reason why to your goal. And even at the beginning of this presentation, look at what needs to be done on a daily basis. I want to do this, this, and this. Make it happen. Write it down in your journal. Read it every morning. Good little technique. A little bit on commitment. It kind of links back to what we were saying. Do what you said you do, regardless of how you feel. Why? Because you said you would. That's it. Once you commit, it becomes easy because there's no option. Now, if you don't mind, I will use myself as an example. I set a goal to go to the gym every single day. No days off. But let me put that into context. When I say no days off, 2 or 3 of those days will be going sit on a stationary bike for half an hour and then doing a little bit of mobility and stretching. So it's not a strenuous day. I'm not smashing weights out 7 days a week. No, I'm not saying that. But I get up at 20 past 5, 7 days a week. That's commitment. Do I want to get up at 5:20, 7 days a week? Actually, to be fair, it's become such a habit of mine. As long as I don't go past midnight, which never happens these days, I get up at 20 past 5. Probably 3 mornings of the week, I want to hit snooze and go back, and I could stay in bed till 6. No one will know. No one will know, but I know. Get up at 20 past 5. I go to the gym. Most weeks, 7 days. Sometimes it's 6. Do I need to go? No, but I like it. I enjoy it, and I've set a goal, and I've got discipline to do it every single day. The only time that I won't go to the gym is if I'm traveling, and even then, 9 times out of 10, I'll be able to find a gym, make sure I can get in there. I paid gyms 20, 30 quid to go for a one-off session because I commit to it, because it's something I need to do for various reasons. Feeling good, looking good, warding off, keeps me happy, warding off anxiety, warding off that marginal decade that I talked about the other night, a centenary and decathlon. It's important for me, but I've committed to that. I'm not saying you have to go 6, 7 days a week. Set a goal to go 7, a couple of times a month, maybe once a month is 6. It's never 5. I can't remember the last time it was only 5 days in a week. I'd have to be injured or sick to not go. But here's the thing. Thank you for letting me use myself as an example. And I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm not saying that. But once you commit, it becomes easy because there's no option. I get up and I go to the gym. I don't have to look at my phone and think, shall I go today or shall I go tomorrow? Maybe I can squeeze it in after that meeting. I've got those clients then and I've got to write that newsletter. No, 20 past 5. I'm at the gym for 10 to 6 every morning. And because it's not an option, it's off the table. It's not a case of do I go or do I not go? I just go. Just like you don't ask yourself, well, I'm going to clean my teeth every morning. So you get in the bathroom mirror and go, should I clean my teeth today? Maybe I'll do them later. No, you just fucking do it, don't you? Different commitment, but same principle. It's what you do. It's not an option. You're going to clean your teeth because it's habit. If you said you're going to do something, you commit to it, it's habit, it's discipline, it becomes easy because there's no answer. It's just, that's what I do, or that's what I don't do. Okay, once you commit, it becomes easy. There's no option. Gun to your head. This is the principle I like to use. If you've been in the group a while, you'll definitely heard me talk about this. Commitment, discipline, that type of thing is on a spectrum. Let's say we've got a spectrum 0, and this is 100. 100 is I want to do everything I can, no stone left unturned over the next 12 weeks to lose as much weight as possible. 100 out of 100, David Goggins style. 0 out of 100 on the spectrum is I'm not doing much. I'm putting no effort in. I'm getting up, laying on the sofa all day for the next 12 weeks. Of course, we don't want to be there, and we probably are not going to be there. So we need to find our level of commitment on that spectrum. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's neither good or bad. It's just a commitment that you want to put into this. Okay. The closer you are to this end of the scale, the more results you're going to get. The closer you are to that end of the scale, the worse results you're going to get. And that's fair, right? This amount of effort, this result. That amount of effort, that result. If I put a gun to your head and said, I'm going to blow your brains out, unless you lose 30 pounds in the next 12 weeks, what are the chances every single one of you would lose 30 pounds in the next 12 weeks? Only 100% of you would do it. Okay? 100% of you would do it. Because if it meant doing cardio at 7 a.m. 7 days a week and training at 7 p.m. in the gym, you would do it. Why? Because the option is, okay, that's the type of thinking we need to be thinking about. How much do you want that goal? Because if it's 30 pounds or death, you would smash, you wouldn't even be, it'd be done. Okay, you need to go 3 times. You need to be on 1,500 calories strict with 150 grams of protein every single day to ensure that. How many of you would get it done? Every single one of you would get it done. Because that would be 100 out of 100. So choose where you are on that spectrum. Pick that number, pick that level, and work to the best of your ability to get that done. Okay. Now, stupid analogy, I'm never going to hold a gun to your head. Not in this first 12 weeks anyway. Okay, I'm not. One, I haven't got a gun. Two, I'm a nice man. I'm not a nasty man. But you get the point I'm making. Okay, if it meant something to you, and let's face it, there's nothing worth more than our own lives. If it meant something to you, you'd get it done regardless. So, and it all comes down to that why. Think about it, relating your life to that why. For me, the why I go to the gym 7 days a week. Long-term health, immediate health, makes me feel good, keeps me happy, keeps me sane. I just like all the things, and they're important to me, more important than anything. Family and my health, that's it. Everything else comes secondary to that. So that I've got no bigger why than to look after myself, because when I can look after myself, I can look after everyone. I can make more money, have a better business, look after the kids better, look after my wife better. That's important. It's the most important thing in my life. So going to the gym 7 days a week becomes easy. Hopefully it makes sense. All right, guys, here's another one. This is from Tony Robbins. I'd like to say it was my phrase. It's not. It's Tony's. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and results show. Whatever you think about, you'll draw into your life, which is why I asked you guys to do the feedback form. There's a reason I want you to do the feedback form. Because when you're involved, when your attention goes to something, it puts it top of your mind. I'll be honest, the feedback form, I say it's for me, it's more for you. I mean, if there's something glaringly obvious, like I literally can't track my calories, I need help, I'm going to help you. But I want you to fill the form in because it needs 10 minutes of your time every morning. I want you to weigh in because it gets you focused. Okay, this is my weight. It gets you centered. It gets you focused on what we're trying to do. The only way we're going to lose all the weight that you can is being focused and making this part of your attention. When you are attentive to something, energy flows, ideas happen, little things learn, which is why if you think of the program we're on, weigh in, weekly feedback form, Monday group coaching call. Everyone that turns up to that call on a Monday that does their feedback form are the ones that get results because your attention is on what we're trying to achieve. Energy flows, things start happening, and results start to show. And if you think about it, any success you've had in any area of your life, you never had success because you didn't pay attention. If you focus on building wealth, it's because you've got some rituals around money. You've given it some attention. No one gets wealthy by ignoring what money they've got coming into the bank and ignoring their outgoings. Think about it. Any success you've got in life is because you've bloody paid attention, you were focused, you were disciplined, and you worked at it. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and results show. Now here's the big one. Stop looking for a magical pill. There isn't one. Trust the process. What we're doing is not rocket science. It's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake, unintended. Don't eat the cake. it's a piece of cake. The skill set of what we're trying to do is so simple. The mindset is hard. All this stuff is what holds people back. The actual skill set. If you went to a job and said, this is what you need to learn, track your calories, move your body 2 or 3 times, get your protein up, repeat that every day for 12 weeks, you'd be like, is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's all we need to do. The mindset behind that is 90%, which is why we do the coaching, the group coaching, why we do these trainings, why we have the modules. Otherwise, someone said to me the other day, is it just a case of counting calories and getting your step count up? I went, well, yes, but no. Ultimately, that's what will create a deficit, elicit fat loss. But if it was just that, I wouldn't have a job, and the weight loss industry wouldn't be one of the biggest industries in the world. Stop looking for a magical pill, there isn't one. But it's that simplicity that holds people back. But you've got to trust the process and go back. Look at what I have to do on a daily basis. Look at my reason why. Why am I trying to do this? Gun to the head mentality. Oh, I thought there was one more slide. That's the end. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. I will see you on the next group coaching call. If you're catching up with this, get your feedback for me. Speak to you soon.